I'll be taking this piano and working on trying to stabilize the tuning. It's been newly restrung. It's had a few tunings on it, and most of the work is going to be coaxing the wire to make clean bends. First job I want to look at is crimping around the tuning pin to get a real clean bend as the wire goes into the tuning pin and makes the becket. The first tool generally used in this process is a simple pair of pliers, just to get down and help bend the wire. But I have another tool that I've customized. Let's see if you can see this. The jaws are actually a small piece of brass that's been soldered on to follow the shape of the tuning pin. It's been gouged out in kind of a half round, and then I've ground out the area in the middle. So when I place this over a tuning pin, let's see where I am here. How about this one? It allows the jaws not to touch the tuning pin, and I'm pressing right onto the wire, and I can help by twisting in the direction of the coil, make that bend clearer, and make sure, I'm losing the focus here, make sure that the wire has snug all the way around the pin. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on all of these pins, making sure that the becket is real clean. Now again, the reason for doing is that the strings, once they're pulled up to pitch, generally aren't stretching anymore. What is changing, because obviously we hear a change of pitch over time, is that the bends straighten out or bend closer against where they're supposed to be over time. And I'd expect after doing this that I'd hear a significant pitch drop. And that's the reason for doing that, is to control so that the pitch is dropping before I tune, and that the piano will then be more stable for the client, the customer. Now, I should have played it for you first because it was in fairly good tune. After going through and pressing down the wires on all the tuning pins, things have dropped. Another area that I'd like to focus on is every single bend that the wire goes across. So here, underneath, back at the tuning or at the hitch pin area, across the bridge, everything should be a crisp bend. Otherwise, if it's a gentle curve, it's going to straighten out over time. Even the loop around the back side of the hitch pin, everything should be squeezed in. Make sure you get a nice crisp bend across. When we get to the point of focusing the tone, of actually leveling the strings, that'll come next. But first of all, I'm just trying to get all the bends crisp and clean. There's a combination of pushing and pulling tools. Again, this is the one you've seen before from Joe Goss, that has a nice tip here to fit over the string, as well as a loop on the other side, which is made out of a piano string. Dan Menino has one that you'll see later on for string leveling, thin enough to actually reach between the strings. You know, it's a good solid string hook to reach in. Again, I prefer to use brass whenever possible, just to avoid nicking the strings. You know, I've got one that's just a simple brass rod that I built, that I cut and put grooves in the end. Again, let's see where we are, to allow me to put a little pressure here and get this wire to bend cleanly around every spot where it terminates or every spot where it goes across. We've got front lengths, we got the sounding lengths, we got the back lengths. All of those lengths need to be crisp and clean bends. Whether I'm applying a pressure at the bridge here, again, making sure the purpose is not to smash down or to any way damage the wood of the bridge, because that would change the termination. Trying to apply pressure in such a way to assist the wire to make that bend. Around the hitch pins, it's more a squeezing motion, coming around and just making sure that that wire is cleanly around and firmly on that hitch pin, so that there will be no more additional bending and pulling, allowing this to pitch. Working in this area, the front bends, it takes pretty firm pressure. Again, it's not so much to put a kink in the wire, but to push so that it firmly goes around the half round or whatever shape is there. After I do everything from the top, we will pull the action and get the bend under here. Okay, I've finished now from the top side, getting all the bends as clear as I can, maybe some gentle tapping along the back side of the bridge area, just to, with something really light, and all we're trying to do is just assist with that bend. It's not a big hammer, it's not a huge tap, it's not driving into the wood. Again, maintaining the integrity of the speaking length termination points. And the tuning, of course, has gone farther south. I'm going to pull the action now, and we're going to work under this section, the cable section, to assist with the bend and the A-graphs as well. Okay, next I'm working from underneath through the strings. I'm not sure what you'll be able to see here. Again, I have the Joe Goss tool with the grooved end to be pressing up. Again, just to assist the string bending around the area. So let's see, here I am pressing from this side, follow the string around, press from the other side. So we are working into the speaking length of the string, again, to solidify the bends. Let's take another look at this from underneath. Again, it's close to where the support is, here, and then across. Putting pressure, but not really trying to kink the string as much as just gently persuading it to bend around the cast iron there. Then once I finish this process, it's back to tuning it again. Hopefully that'll help stabilize the tuning so that it'll last a lot longer, allowing me to next process to focus the tone. We're actually going to level the strings and get the instrument sounding as clean as it can. So it's taken about an hour to get all the bends right, but hopefully that should save time, as the piano will be more stable in tuning in the future.